Here's a theory that might just ruin your childhood. What if every time SpongeBob watches TV, he's actually staring at a human skull? Sounds wild, but hear me out. In Season 10's Whirly Brains, there's a chaotic scene where SpongeBob and Patrick wrestle over the TV, and in the middle of that chaos, they rip it apart. It happens super fast, but if you slow the clip down frame by frame, you'll catch it. Inside the TV, there's something that looks disturbingly like a real human skull. And this was the TV skeleton theory from SpongeBob. Here are some disturbing theories that might ruin your childhood. Part 2. Let's start with Toy Story. Ever wonder why Andy's dad is never around? Some believe his parents are going through a divorce. There are no photos of his dad, and his mom isn't wearing a wedding ring when she opens Buzz's box. Coincidence? Now this one's dark. The Scooby-Doo gang. One theory says the reason they're always chasing ghosts is because they are ghosts. Think about it. They never age, they drive around endlessly, and something always feels off. Creepy, right? And finally, SpongeBob. Why is he so annoyingly friendly to Squidward, even when he gets nothing but attitude back? Some say it's because SpongeBob knows Squidward has no other friends, and he's just trying to be there for him. Kinda wholesome and sad. Follow me for more crazy theories. Here's a theory that might ruin your childhood. Part 3. It took me 10 years to notice this dark detail. What if I told you Shrek ate his own sons? We all know Shrek is an ogre, but why did he choose isolation over his family? In ogre lore, it said they eat the weaker members of their kind. Shrek even confessed, "My father tried to eat me."
My father was an ogre. He tried to eat me.
Now think, why was Shrek smaller than the other ogres in Shrek 4? It's likely his dad saw him as weak. His father didn't even give him a name. That's why Shrek hesitates when the donkey asked his name.
What's your name?
Shrek.
Here's the chilling part. Shrek and Fiona have 3 kids, but in the trailer for Shrek 5, only the daughter appears. The 2 sons? Missing. Given ogre tradition, their fate might be darker than we thought. What do you think? If you've got a wild theory like this, drop it in the comments. I might feature it next. Here are some disturbing cartoon theories that may ruin your childhood. Part 4. These might just change the way you see your favorite shows forever. Let's start with Rapunzel. What if I told you Rapunzel became evil? At the end of Tangled, she marries Flynn, and after he cuts her magical hair, it turns brown, and she loses her powers. She makes a quick appearance at Elsa's coronation in Frozen, then completely vanishes. But here's where it gets creepy. Deep in Disney lore, it said Rapunzel has 2 daughters named Anastasia and Drizella, the same names as Cinderella's wicked stepsisters. Could it be that over time, Rapunzel became bitter, twisted, and transformed into the evil stepmother we see in Cinderella? Let me know what you think in the comments. Now, here's where it gets darker. You might think Dora the Explorer is just an innocent adventure show, but some believe there's a hidden truth, that Dora is actually blind. Look closely. She never makes eye contact with anything she's describing. And Boots, he's not just a sidekick. He might actually be a service animal guiding her. In one scene, Boots is counting coins while Dora looks completely the other way. And that's why she always asks obvious questions. She's relying on the audience to help her see. And lastly, have you ever looked up at the sky in SpongeBob? Those flower-shaped patterns aren't clouds. In one episode, real clouds actually cover them. The theory? They're oil slicks, rainbow-like patterns caused by pollution. This fits perfectly since Bikini Bottom is based on Bikini Atoll, a real-life site damaged by nuclear tests and environmental contamination. There's even an episode where Squidward emerges from one, and it's filled with black oil inside. If you know any cartoon theories that could blow our minds, comment below. I might feature yours next. And don't forget to follow for more twisted cartoon truths. This Shrek theory might seriously ruin your childhood, so listen closely. I was watching the Shrek 5 trailer and noticed something strange about Shrek's kid. It's subtle, but wild. At the end of Shrek the Third, Fiona gives birth to 3 ogre babies, Fergus, Farkle, and Felicia. Here's what's important. Fergus and Farkle both have brown eyes, and Felicia, the only girl, has bright blue eyes. But in the Shrek 5 trailer, we see a grown daughter standing beside Shrek with brown eyes. That's odd, right? If this is Felicia, where did the blue eyes go? Here's where it gets crazier. What if that's not Felicia at all? The brown eyes match one of the boys. So could it be that one of Shrek's sons transitioned and is now living as a girl? Yup, you might be looking at a transgender ogre. Don't forget to follow for more wild cartoon theories that'll change how you see your childhood favorites. This cartoon theory might ruin your childhood memory. Part 6. In Peppa Pig, what if I told you George was never actually a pig, but a hairless guinea pig adopted by Mummy and Daddy Pig? Think about it. Every character follows an animal name pattern. Danny Dog, Susie Sheep, Freddy Fox, even Peppa Pig. But George Pig doesn't fit unless he's not a pig. Guinea pig starts with G, just like George. And baby hairless guinea pigs? They look just like piglets, pink, tiny, and furless. Now some say, but Mummy Pig was pregnant with George. Maybe not. That baby might not have made it. To cope, they adopted George, and Peppa was too young to remember. Also, George is unusually small, way smaller than a typical piglet. His nose is round, not flat like Peppa's. And listen closely. His voice?
This is my little brother George.
It squeaks, not oinks. These aren't signs of a pig. They're traits of a guinea pig. Follow me for more dark cartoon theories you'll never forget. This cartoon theory might ruin your childhood memory. Part 7. You remember Finding Nemo, right? It begins with a brutal scene. A barracuda attacks. Marlin's wife and all their eggs? Gone. Only one survives. Nemo. But here's the disturbing twist. If you actually search online, you'll find that barracudas don't eat fish eggs. They're predators, but not like that. So what really happened? This theory claims Marlin's wife, Coral, had a mental breakdown, and in that moment, she ate the eggs herself. Marlin witnessed it, traumatized, his mind fractured, and to cope, he imagined one egg survived. That egg was Nemo. And here's the final blow. Nemo means nobody in Latin. So Marlin wasn't searching for his son. He was chasing a lie, a ghost born from trauma. Follow for more twisted cartoon theories. Part 8 will haunt you. This cartoon theory will seriously ruin your childhood. Part 8. You thought Mickey Mouse was just smiles and fun? Well, this theory says all of Mickey's friends are dead, and what you're watching is just his broken mind trying to cope. Think about it. Mickey is always smiling, no sadness, no breakdowns, no real emotion. Some Redditors say, that's not joy, it's denial. He lost everyone. Donald, Goofy, Minnie, Daisy, Pluto, and now he's trapped in a fantasy where they're still alive. Take a closer look at the clubhouse. It's way too perfect. The colors, the songs, the logic, everything is repetitive, predictable. It feels less like a home and more like a simulation, or even a mental hospital of his own mind. And what about Toodles? He magically appears with the exact tools Mickey needs to solve any problem. To fans, that's not cute. It's terrifying. It's like Mickey's subconscious creating solutions to problems he refuses to face. Now think about Pete. Why is he always the enemy? One theory says Pete caused the accident that took Mickey's friends, so Mickey made him the permanent villain in this fake world over and over again, just to keep blaming someone. So what if the hot dog dance isn't just a dance, but a ritual to stay sane in Mickey's lonely, shattered mind? Comment below which cartoon theory you want me to ruin next, and hit subscribe for part 9, where the truth gets even darker. Crazy cartoon theory that will ruin your childhood, part 9. Ever wondered why SpongeBob looks nothing like his dad? He actually looks like his mom. Look closely. He has her nose, and their eyes are almost identical. But when you look at his dad, there's no resemblance at all. What if SpongeBob's mom cheated on his dad? At least, that's what this dark theory suggests. Theory makers noticed that while Harold, his dad, is round, SpongeBob's grandpa and uncles are square. Exactly like SpongeBob. That might be why Harold rarely smiles or visits him, and why he always seems awkward around his wife. Some fans believe SpongeBob's mom might have gotten a little too close to a square-shaped uncle, or even Grandpa himself, leaving Harold to raise a son who's a daily reminder of a betrayal he can never speak about. Comment below which cartoon theory you want me to ruin next, and hit subscribe for part 10, where the truth gets even darker. Do you know Peppa Pig is fighting cancer, and the tragic story behind Peppa will make you cry? Welcome to Childhood Ruin Series, Part 10. According to a theory from Reddit, Peppa Pig was diagnosed with cancer at just 2 years old, spending most of her life in bed under 24-hour supervision. She became a burden to her family, and one day, her dad snapped. He chained Peppa to her bed so she could never leave her room. Years later, the parents had another child, also named Peppa, replacing the original Peppa, who is still locked away. Now, if you Google Peppa Pig house wallpaper, you'll find something horrifying. It looks like a normal cartoon, but if you look closely, you'll see the original Peppa still locked inside her room. What if everything you thought you knew about Peppa was a lie? Sometimes, the darkest secrets hide behind the brightest smiles. Comment which cartoon I should ruin next, and follow for more dark cartoon theories. Crazy cartoon theories that will ruin your childhood, Part 11. What if I told you that one or even both of Lilo's parents were CIA agents? Hear me out. In Lilo and Stitch, the Galactic Council leader recognizes Cobra Bubbles, and he admits he was with the CIA at Roswell. Now think about it. A top-level agent who dealt with aliens suddenly quits to become a social worker. On the same island where aliens land? Yeah, right. I believe Cobra Bubbles was actually keeping an eye on his old partner, Lilo's dad. After her parents died, he stayed close to protect the family. That's why he's so patient and protective with Lilo and Nani, even when their life seems chaotic. And Lilo's weird habit of taking pictures of random, especially fat people? Maybe her dad once used her as harmless cover on a surveillance mission, pretending to just take family photos. Now she does it out of memory. Even her random books, like Practical Voodoo and Oyster Farming, could be leftovers from her dad's old research as an undercover agent. Looks like the CIA didn't just meet aliens. They raised one of the most interesting kids in Hawaii. Have you ever wondered why SpongeBob protects Krabby Patties like they're alive? What if I told you? He's not protecting the food. He's protecting himself. This theory is disturbing, but it fits a little too perfectly. See, some fans believe SpongeBob is the secret ingredient in the Krabby Patty formula. I know it sounds insane, but let's break it down. We've seen it over and over. SpongeBob gets chopped up, blown apart, melted, and just regenerates like it's nothing. He's basically a walking renewable resource. Now, Mr. Krabs is the greediest character in cartoon history.
Hello, I like money.
He's literally sold SpongeBob's soul for 62 cents. So if he figured out he could shave tiny pieces off SpongeBob's body and mix them into the patties, regrow, slice, repeat, endless profit. And SpongeBob? He's obsessed with the patties. In To Love a Patty, he literally falls in love with one. We even see a burger with his shoe inside it. And when a rough fish tries to eat it, SpongeBob freaks out and grabs it back like he's in pain. Why so protective? Because maybe the Krabby Patty is him. If that just destroyed your childhood, hit like and comment a sponge. And next time you crave a Krabby Patty, ask yourself, how much SpongeBob are you really eating? Disturbing cartoon theories that will ruin your childhood, Part 12. Tom and Jerry isn't just a cartoon. They are trapped in torture, and Tom is its victim. Tom genuinely loves Jerry, but he must hide that affection. Why? If Tom is shown to befriend the mouse, his owner sees him as useless and will immediately replace him. Tom knows survival demands perpetual violence. He endures constant pain, the slaps, the explosions, just to maintain the necessary illusion of hate. The chasing is not a game. It is a performance of self-preservation, maintained solely for the owner. Jerry understands this dynamic perfectly. He is the manipulator, playing along with the charade, knowing Tom would rather suffer for decades than lose the only being he cares for. Tom is forced to live a lie every day to avoid the ultimate abandonment. That is the disturbing truth.